Hi everyone, welcome in this video. In our today's video, we are going to have the insight on encapsulation. So basically encapsulation, obviously the word itself consists of capsule, right? So it will be definitely related to that only. So yes, so let us see that Java encapsulation is one of the key feature in our OOPS, that is object oriented programming. It is one of the key features that allow the Java language to maximize more because the encapsulation refers to the bundling of fields and methods inside a single class. So as we know that in Java we usually create class, but encapsulation is something which is wrapping the methods in the sense functions and other things into a single unit. So in our short language, we can simply say that wrapping up of the data in a single unit is called encapsulation, and it has many advantages like it prevent outer classes from accessing and changing fields and method of a class. Obviously we can also use private data members for it, and we can also use many things like to achieve data hiding, as encapsulation is also used to achieve data hiding. We can have some different methods like getter method, setter method using this keyword, right? So today we are going to understand encapsulation with very simple example that we will be going to see, and we will be going to see that how we will be going to encapsulate, or we can say bind the data together in a single unit, because remember that encapsulation means wrapping up of the data into a single unit, right? So it is very simple, so we will be definitely going to have. Then nextly we can understand with this small image, that is nothing but it is a capsule, right? We must have taken this capsule many times in our life when we are falling sick or when we are feeling low. So if we will open it, then we will be able to see that the variety of medicines are binded together in a single capsule, correct? You might have opened it also. I have done. So the same thing we will be going to follow, and the name itself is coming from this concept only. Okay, encapsulation. So itself in the capsule, the medicines are bind together. So we will be going to bind our variables and methods in a class. It is as simple it is, because we have just learned that encapsulation means wrapping up of the data in a single unit, right? So we have to bind our data in such a way that it can be in a single unit. So for binding, we will be going to use class, and what we will be going to bind? We will be going to bind variables and methods. So now quickly move forward with the example that we will be going to have, and it will be definitely easy one. So here is the example. First of all, the first line, we have import java.util.asterisk. Import Java, which is Java is our package, and because we are importing the package, we have used the keyword that is import. Util is another sub package of Java, and dot asterisk. When we are using asterisk means we will be taking all of the things that are present in the util. We can also mention, like if I am going to use a scanner or something, then we can mention, or if we don't want to mention, we can simply use this asterisk sign, and trust me, it is a good way. So we can simply write import java.util.asterisk. And then we have just created a class because we have just understood that we have to bind it in a class only. So we have created a class. The name is encap. And inside it, we have taken our scanner, right? We are already familiar that scanner is what? Scanner is a class that allow to enter values at runtime, because this is the simple program in which we will be going to simply add two numbers, right? We will be going to find the addition of two numbers. So instead of writing the numbers in the variable like a is equals to 49, b is equals to 68, we will be taking the number at real time, because it is said that when we are creating any program which is taking input at real time, it is good. And the reason will be because if we have the calculator, then the numbers that the people will be going to type on it will be different, correct? So we must have to try with the real time. So scanner is our class that will be going or that will be allowing to take the input at the runtime. In is the object that we have created for it, and then is equals to new. New is the keyword for the memory allocation, and then we have the scanner system.in, because we will be going to give the input from this system only. That's why we have written system.in, and in means input. Okay, in means input here only. And here the in that we have written is our object. Then nextly we have created three variables, int a, b and c, and after it we have created a method or function, we can say, which is get data. Void get data. Void will be going to return nothing, and void means none. And then we are just taking input from the user, so we have written system.out.print input first number, and then we are just storing that number in the variable a. So we have written a is equals to in dot next int, because it will be going to convert the number into the integer form. Then system.out.print again input second number, and then we are storing that second number in the variable b. So this is all that we have done for our first function. In our second function, what we are doing, we are creating one more function that is called as show. So void show, and in it we have written simply c is equals to a plus b. So the addition of number that a and b is having, it will be going to sum, and it will be storing in the variable c. Then we are doing nothing much. We have just system.out.println sum is equals to plus c, because we have stored the sum in the variable c. So this is just our variable, suppose a and b. So we will be writing the number, suppose 2 and 2, and the addition will be going to store in a variable c, and it will be the final value of variable c. Now we know that to run a class, we must have to include the main function, main method. So here the encapsulation is, let us understand about encapsulation. We have binded our variables. We have binded our methods, that is void get data, void show. So it is there inside the class only, that is our class encap. So here we are using the concept of encapsulation. Now, moving forward, we have just another class, which is class demo. In it, we have created our main method, public static void main string args. And in it, we have created the object, right? Because to run the class, we must have the object. And obviously, the syntax of creating the object is class name, object name is equals to new, which is the keyword we have to write as it is, and then again class name with this bracket, which is considered as constructor. Now it's time to call the functions that we have created is get data and show. So we must have to call the methods or functions with the name of object and then dot. So the name of the object that we have created for now here is obj1. So we are writing obj1 dot get data function sign semicolon, and then to call the show function we are writing obj1 dot show, and then we are just closing it. Now it's time to run, and let us see that what the output will be and how it will be going to seems like. So obviously the output will be input first number, so that we will be able to write or we will be going to enter any of the number, and then input second number we will be entering. We can just see over here, suppose I am entering first number is 23 and the second number is 32. So obviously the sum will be 55. And here the same thing, same scenario is going to follow up. That is the first variable, which is our A, it will be having variable value 23, B will be having 32, and then C will be having 55. That is the addition of it. So hopefully it is clear. Thank you.